Welcome back, my beauties, and welcome if you're new. My name is Sheena, and if you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button, and let's go ahead and get into today's set. So for today's set, I am doing the Femi Beauty Lazy Girl method, and this is a method I have come to love. I have a technique that I learned that makes it really easy and super beginner friendly. And like I said, I've come to love this method. So to start, you do want to start off with full cover tips, and I'm using Couture's 5XL square tips. And when you get your full cover tip, the first thing is to etch the inside of the tip so that the product adheres better to that tip. When etching the inside, you can either use an e-file to do so, or you can take your primer and etch the inside. These tips already come pre-etched, so I didn't have to do anything with these. And it is also recommended to use full cover gel tips because I guess it just adheres a lot better. When you're using the plastic ones, I've seen where they do the method and the top of that nail pops off, so it is better to make sure that you're using a gel tip. So the first thing I do is take my hand file and I just file off that little plastic tip at the top. And the hand file I'm using today is from the Long Hair Pretty Nails store. If you have not checked out her store, please do so. She has a lot of great quality products available. So I'm going in with the shade Assam from Macart, and I got this when I did my Build Your Own Polygel kit. That is a great way to kind of build up your product, and you get full-size tubes of the polygel. So if you haven't checked that out, go straight to the Macart website and check that out. It's a really good deal. You get 4 polygels, your polygel brush, base coat, top coat, and I just think that that was a good thing that they came out with. So I'm basically just going ahead and I'm putting in as much as I think I need just for the top portion of the nail. And I'm going to take my polygel brush and some 70% alcohol and just pat that into place on the nail, making sure that I do reach the sidewalls with the polygel, and then I kind of just smooth everything out. It is important to make sure you're doing a thin layer because you don't want it bulky underneath the nail. If it has a C curve, which this nail does, you do want to make sure that you are making sure to basically keep the shape of the nail. So I'm just going in and just smoothing everything out. And then I will also go ahead and take this nail and turn it over to make sure that it is covering it as, as I would like. And then that is also an important step, just to make sure it's covering it well. So you always want to, before curing, make sure that you turn that over. And so I repeat this step over all my nails, and I go a little bit more than halfway down the nail just to start. So each nail I'll start at the free edge and bring that down, like I said, more than a little bit past halfway. And then once I get all the nails set, because I do them all first, I then cure them all in the lamp for 60 seconds. And then I'll move on to the bottom portion of the nail. So if you notice on this nail, my polygel brush had some acrylic dried on it. I'm not sure how that happened, but I have so many polygel brushes that I kind of just gravitate towards the first one. And I do clean them after each time, but I might have did, I guess, acrylic set, and I don't know. I'm not sure, but just make sure your brushes are clean before going in, because it kind of did put some glitters and a little bit of that red on that first nail, but it's underneath, so you can't really tell. But yeah, it just got stuck on my silver part. But this second nail, I did go ahead and clean that up so that I can continue my process. And then I also showed you just then how thin it should be, as far as like if you have a C curve. And I'm just going to repeat this step over all of the nails as far as filling in the top portion. Also, you do want to make sure that you're prepping your nails if you want these to stay. So that's just the normal pushing back your cuticles, removing the dead skin, roughing up the surface of your natural nail, and applying a dehydrator and primer of your choice. So just a random fun fact about me, I always have a bottle of Zephyrhills water when I'm recording because I do drink a lot of water. And this water is only sold in Florida, so if I ever moved from the state, I probably would just have to have shipments sent to me because I have been drinking this water since forever. And between the Zephyrhills and Fiji, those are like two of my favorite waters. So just a little fun fact I wanted to share. But you see me going in now with my cuticle bead, and you don't need much. Just put a little bead there, and then you want to go ahead and pat that into place on the bottom portion of that nail. And make sure that it's thin by the cuticle, so once you do go ahead and apply it like slow, you just put light pressure. Any spillage, you would take a cleanup brush, clean that, and then I normally cure them for about 15 seconds a piece just to get them on the nail. And then once I get them all on, I cure for a full 60 seconds. Also very important, you want to make sure to turn it over and make sure there's not any bulkage underneath. But the way I do it, I don't normally have any, so that's why you don't see me doing that. But it is important to make sure there's nothing like really bulky underneath the nail with it either. And this is how they look once I have them on and cured. And then I take my e-file and I'm going around the cuticle, and the e-file I'm using is the Macart Stephanie e-file. And I'm just going to take a mandrel and a 180 sanding band, and I'm cleaning up any polygel that might have cured and also making it flushed by the cuticle area as well. I absolutely love this drill. I've had it a few months and I haven't had to charge it yet. It's a portable drill, and that's what really got me. My first portable drill was a Melody Susie, and ever since I've used it, I feel like portable is the way that I would like to go. I'm not opposed to trying or getting one that plugs in, but I'm just on a portable kick. It's very convenient and I absolutely love it. Then I'm taking my mini buffer and I'm just buffing the surface of the tips just to remove the shine, being that I am going to go in with some nail art. Also a tip, before filing, you do want to take a lint-free wipe and just wipe the sticky layer off the polygel underneath so that when you start to file, there's no dust trapped from with the stickiness. So that's a very, very important tip before filing. So the colors I'm using today are A82, A67, A540, and they're all Beetles gel polishes. And this set was really random, and I'm also using the Macart nail art brush and a number 2, my go-to. So like I said, this was really random. There's been challenges on Instagram where they give you like a theme and you kind of just create a set based off the theme. So the theme for this one was snow globes, and I did the best I could. And the reason why I say that is because the C curve on these nails really messed up my set on camera. Now in person, it did show what I was trying to do. You can see it a lot better in person, but on camera it didn't look like it should have. So I do want to just go ahead and give a disclaimer on that before we even get into the nail art, because I think it came out really beautiful. But like I said, the two middle nails in person, you'd have to see them in person for you to get the full effect of what they were really supposed to be. So I'm taking that shade A82 and I'm just going diagonally across my thumb, and I'm just outlining the top and the left portion of this nail. And I am going to leave that open. I just want kind of an outlined side on, like a outline, kind of like side French on this portion of the nail. And then once I do get that set, I clean up anything I think I might need to, and then I do go ahead and cure this for 60 seconds. And then I'm taking a 67 and I'm just making a line going down the other way. And I am going to go ahead and shade all of this in with this gold shade. I hope everyone is having an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And I would like to take the time, as always, to thank anyone who has taken the time to watch any one of my videos. It is greatly appreciated. To anyone that is new to the channel, welcome to the Nail Addict family. And thank you so very much for joining me on my nail journey. It means a lot to me. For anyone who has been subscribed, you know that I adore you all. I overly love you. You guys are always so supportive and motivating, and I love you all so much. And I leave that gel polish wet, and I'm using this gold glitter, fine glitter that I got off Amazon, and I'm gonna just go ahead and pour that right over that wet gel polish before curing. Once I get that poured, I do tap off the excess and go ahead and cure that in my lamp for 60 seconds. And then I go ahead and dust that off, and you have a sugar portion of the nail. And then next I'm taking a 40 and I'm just making a random line like right in between that black outline, and it's just because I wanted to tie in the white, black, and gold. On my index, I'm starting in with a 40 and I'm just going diagonally. I was meaning to make like a V-tip French, a precise V-tip French, but it was kind of a little over more than it should have been, but I still like how it came out. It was like a little abstractness to this nail, and you'll see once I'm done what I mean. But I just take that and go diagonally towards that free edge, and then I do go ahead and fill all of that in and cure for 60 seconds. Then I take a 882, which is a black shade, and I'm going the other way diagonally on the nail, and I'm going to go ahead and fill that in and cure. And then I go ahead and top coat this nail and I cure for 60 seconds so that there is no stickiness on the nails. It's a smooth layer. And then I'm going in with A67, which is that gold shade, and I'm going right up the middle of that nail. And I'm going to also outline the V-tip at the top with that gold as well. And the reason why I top coat it is because I did want the background to stay glossy, but this gold line I'm putting is going to be another sugar portion of the set. So when you're doing sugar nails, if you have other things incorporated and you don't want that glitter to stick, it is best to either take a lint-free wipe and some alcohol and wipe that down, or you can do like I did and top coat, because when you top coat, there's a smooth layer. There is nothing sticky. Well, depending on what type of top coat you use, because some are like you have to wipe off, but the one I'm using today is a no wipe top coat, so it just made it a lot easier. And then I just pour over the glitter, and I do go ahead and cure after that for 60 seconds. So on my two middle fingers is where the snow globe portion of the nail set comes in. And I like nail sets like this, like where I kind of connect my middle and my ring to kind of make a full picture or a full something. And so I like to do this, and so a lot of my sets I want to do this, and I'm kind of like, no, Sheena, you just did something like that. Don't do it again so soon. But I don't know. I like these kind of sets. It's pretty interesting. So I'm basically right now taking the black shade, and I'm just making the outline of my snow globe, and I'm going to do that on my middle finger as well, making sure that they do meet up and match pretty well, and then I'll cure for 60 seconds. I then take the white shade and kind of just start making the dots for like the snow falling in the snow globe. And I also make the bottom portion of where that little snow kind of sits when you shake it up and then like everything falls. There's snow that kind of sits on the floor of the globe. So I'm going to also make that blanket of snow towards the bottom. Once I get it set on both sides, I do cure for 60 seconds. And then I go ahead and top coat the nail on both of these fingers, and I cure in the lamp for 60 seconds. So I was trying to make a heart-shaped snow globe, and this is where I was saying in person you can tell what it's supposed to be. But as I was looking back at the video and some of the photos I took, I was like, this doesn't look like a heart. It looks more like a circle, but it's just because of the C curve in the nail. So the inner portion of that heart is like on the C curve, so you really can't see it. But in person, everybody knew, it was a heart-shaped snow globe, or that it was a heart-shaped design period there in the middle. You can see it. So I should have probably did this on non-C curve nails just so the effect would have been a little better. But I did want to kind of explain that because to some of you it may look like just a circle, but it's really supposed to be a heart. And in person you can definitely tell that it is a heart. So I'm taking the gold shade and making half hearts on each of those fingers, and then I'm going to shade that in. And I top coat it obviously because the gold portions on my nails are going to be sugared. So once I get all of that filled in, I do take the gold fine glitter and just sprinkle that over the nail and cure in the lamp for 60 seconds. So now I'm going in on my pinky with the black, and I'm just doing something random. It wasn't really any thought to it. I'm just kind of making a squiggly line. I'm going to fill that in on that top portion. And then right under that, I'm going to take the white and make a very thin line up against that black. And randomly go in, well, after I do the white, I do go ahead and top coat because at the top portion of that nail, I'm going to go in like with just a random line of gold, which will then be sugared. And this set, like I said, everything was pretty much freestyle. I was, as I was going, I just kind of got into it and just started doing something random. And a lot of times I do like to do my sets like this because I feel like it's a little bit more creativity in a set when you're able to just sit down and start to do something. I also do plan out sets as well. So I have a book that I showed in a previous video. If you haven't seen it, I will link that. And it's called My Little Black Book. And sometimes I do sit and draw out different nail sets I want to do, which are still like freestyles, but they're like planned freestyles. So like I'll sit and think of something I want to do, draw it in the book, and then like go ahead and create it on a set of nails. And that book is very convenient for anyone that is a beginner as well because it helps with your creativity. It has a lot of like tips in it. I like how they have the different shapes. So they have like small square, medium square, XXL square designs you can draw on, and so forth and so on. So each shape has a number of pages from short, medium to long that you can draw on and just have your creativity flowing into something. So once I get those two set, like I said, I'm going to top coat, and then now I'm going in with that. After I cure, I'm going to go in with that gold line and then sugar it out to complete this nail. And then I'm going in with these gold hearts and just randomly placing just a few on my index and pinky. And I'm trying to get into like bling placement a little more. So I'm taking my McCart rhinestone glue up by the cuticle on my middle finger, and I'm just doing a random design. So I'm taking a heart-shaped rhinestone just to kind of tie in the hearts theme of the nails, and then just some other random rhinestones just to make like a cute little rhinestone design on this nail. And I'm going to go ahead and cure for 30 seconds once I do get it set how I think that I like it. And I repeat the same design on my ring finger. I then take a dot of the McCart rhinestone glue and place that at the cuticle on my index and my pinky. And I do that because I'm going to go ahead and place a magnet on that glue and then cure. I wanted to use the pom-poms that came in McCart's Your Nail Lab box. I believe it was the December box. And I've never used anything like the pom-poms, and I kept trying to figure out what I wanted to do with them. And this was very last minute on the set, but I figured the set is white, black, and gold. So the white and the black pom-pom would look so cute. So that's why I incorporated them. And then I'm now going in with cuticle oil to just moisturize my cuticles. And then I'll apply those pom-poms. And here's the finished product. I think these nails came out super cute. Kind of sad that I used C-curve tips and you really can't see the good effect of that heart in the snow globe. I added the bottom portion of the snow globe off camera and more of the snowflakes in the snow globe. But I do like how this set came together overall. If you've made it this far, please comment down below and let me know what you think of my nail set. Also like, comment, subscribe, and hit the post notification bell so you don't miss any of my future sets. I really appreciate you all. I thank you and I love you. I'll see you in my next video and much love.